Welcome back to another episode of the Strive Show. Today, we're going to be diving into the importance of diagnostics and not guessing with your health. Welcome to the Strive Show. I'm Dr. Jake Grinaker, and together with the amazing doctors at Strive Chiropractic, our phenomenal team, and some extraordinary guests along the way, we will be in the pursuit of truth in all things health, life, and family. We believe you not only can handle the truth, you deserve it. Enjoy the show. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Strive Show. Brian and I were talking, actually, it was this morning as we were looking over an MRI report that had come back for a patient. We were really just talking about the importance of diagnostics and the importance of not guessing what's going on with you and the importance of really digging deeper.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to guess when it comes to our health. We want to make sure, and we're trying to figure, what's the best course of action for us. Like I said, we just don't want to guess.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's so many people base how they're doing on how they feel, and it's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Now that's a piece. Yes, we want everybody to feel well. We want everybody to be out of pain and not having symptoms. That's important. However, it's so surface level. And if you're wondering, like for yourself, the example you use a lot with people is headaches.
Yep.
Right? Let's say someone's like a migraine sufferer, right? Well, if they have, a 10 out of 10 migraine on a Monday,
yep,
and no migraine on Tuesday,
mm-hmm,
and then a 10 out of 10 migraine on Wednesday, does that mean on Tuesday they don't have a problem?
No,
it just means they feel okay on Tuesday. Yeah. That is the danger a little bit of basing everything on how you feel.
For sure. I mean, there's, and we talk to our patients sometimes too, or a lot actually, about there's subjective things and that's the things that you come in and you tell us that's going on. But there's also that objective component that helps us dive deeper and actually find what's causing, your issues. So, and that's one of the important parts.
Yeah. And the subjective stuff's not bad.
Absolutely not.
We want to know what's going on with you. And it definitely helps, piece it together and give us the big picture.
Yeah, it gets us pointed in the right direction, but we still need to kind of navigate through some of that to make sure that we're doing the right things. Yeah. That's the importance of the diagnostic part.
100%.
Yeah.
So it's one of the things that separates us in here while we do it is that when someone comes in for a new patient or they're like, hey, I got a headache, can you help me? And we're like, I don't know. No idea. Maybe. Idea if maybe.
Maybe.
It's a good place to start. Glad you're here, but we need to really dive into it. So really great. On site here, we have full digital x-ray suite. Yep. We have Insight scanning technology, which has heart rate variability, thermal imaging, surface EMG. All those things just give us better pictures so we can say, okay, yes, you're subjectively having a headache. Yes, you're not sleeping. Subjectively, your back hurts. But how can we really dive into a little bit more? So the first thing we'll do in here is take all of that stuff to be able to sit down and go through it with you.
For sure. And then like we said, it's super important because, sometimes what patients might think is causing their issue doesn't always pan out with the scans. Sometimes it does, which is great, but other times it doesn't. And that's why it's so important to have that diagnostic piece so that we can actually take care of, what the root cause is.
Yeah. And honestly, I think most people, when they really get down to it, they really appreciate that. The fact that we're not guessing, that we are diving in a little deeper, that we will go even deeper if we need to. Yeah. It was the MRI report we were reading this morning. Someone needed an MRI. Yeah. We were able to send them off, get them an MRI, be able to go through results with them here, just so we have that at our fingertips to really be able to see.
And I think patients, like you said, patients really appreciate that because when they come in with something and you can, have the objective evidence there to kind of show them why they're having what they're having, it kind of brings it together and okay, that really makes sense now, why I'm having that issue. Well, it's that's why we do it, right? To help. Yeah.
And again, it's taking nothing away from the amazing healthcare facilities we have in town, but there is a little bit of benefit of doing it here. Number one, way quicker to get in and out. We can do it same day a lot of times, or even the people we work with MRIs, they're usually within a week or two. A lot of times we've talked to patients who it's 6 months out to get some of this imaging, number one.
Yeah.
2 is cost. Sometimes it's 10 times more. And then 3 is just the interpretation. The fact that we can sit down and go through things with,
for sure.
If you get x-rays taken here, we'll go through your x-rays with you same day.
Yep. And we see it all the time. patients that'll come in here, and nobody, they've been to other doctors and nobody goes through it with them.
Yep.
Nobody explains it to them. And that's a super important piece so that people can understand what's going on and why they're having, the issues that they're having.
And how great. We always say we love that patients, when you take an active role in your health, we love that. But it's really hard if you get some of this imaging done and nobody goes through it with you. Like, hey, we would love to go through with you to explain what's happening and really what these mean, because, only part of the battle is getting the stuff done. Interpretation and explanation is really another big one.
Well, it's just, it's no different than if I have someone come into my house and, I have something wrong with my house and nobody explains to me what's going on. Well, I'm not an expert on it. That's why I want someone to tell me what's going on. And, that's kind of where we fit that role. Like, we'll tell you what's going on. With your health, we'll let you know what's going on. So
if I knew anything about plumbing, I wouldn't have called you.
Exactly.
So I'm glad you're here. Yeah, no, and that's so true. It's not just true in healthcare. It's true in everything, but people kind of don't, feel that. If you were to go in and, get a 3,500 diagnostic test on your car and nobody told you what it meant, or what they're going to do about it, you'd be kind of frustrated.
Yeah, you're
right?
like, oh, okay.
Oh, great.
I guess.
Yeah.
I'll just have to take you at your word.
Yeah, I guess we're good.
Yeah.
But and that's really, like I said, a big separator, here is that we want to dive deep. We want to get to what's going on, and we want to be able to give you all of the results of those things to help you make better decisions for your own health.
For sure. Because it's, and whatever you choose to do, we always hope that when we give you an option that you choose us, but we also want to make sure that you have all the information and so that you can make the most accurate, choice and with your health.
Yeah.
And
I think that's such a great way to put it, Brian, is choice. Is that you have a choice. You have a choice where you're seen. You have a choice where your healthcare dollars go. You have a choice in what you do. And whenever we go over with you, you have a choice to do with it what you will. Sure. We give you those choices.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. And like I said, hopefully we, you choose us because, we think we're the best at what we do.
We think we're pretty good at what we do. Yeah.
That's
awesome. If this struck a chord or a nerve, you're like, man, I would really like someone to get to the bottom of XYZ going on and we can help, please reach out, call us, let us know. We'd be happy to go through that all with you. And like we said earlier, if those roads are pointing to you need to be somewhere, you need more done, you need to be somewhere else, we'll help facilitate that for you as well. But it's a really good first stop in that idea of just getting checked. Let's see if we can help. And again, let's dive into your diagnostic information to see what's going on with you, so we're not guessing.
That's right. I mean, like we always say, just get checked, right?
Checked.
I mean, and that's, that's the first step to help you and to help us help you.
Yep.
And so, just get checked.
I love it, guys. Well, hopefully this helped. Hopefully this shed a little light on what, not only what we do here, but your options in the healthcare and what's going on. So happy to bring this to you. We'll see you next time on another episode of The Strive Show. Thanks for tuning into The Strive Show. Whether you are watching this on YouTube or listening to the podcast on your favorite platform, make sure you hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you found value in today's episode, please share it with a loved one. We would be honored. Thanks and have a fantastic week.